Here are 11 stockpile items I keep completely hidden from my neighbors that could mean the difference between thriving and barely surviving when disaster strikes. While everyone's focused on the obvious supplies like canned food and bottled water, these items represent the game-changing difference between basic survival and maintaining real quality of life during extended emergencies. Let me be clear from the start. This isn't about being paranoid or antisocial. It's about understanding human nature during crisis situations. When people get desperate, they remember who has what. The items I'm going to reveal aren't just valuable, they're the kind of supplies that neighbors, friends, and even family members will suddenly need to borrow when their own preparations fall short. I've spent years studying emergency preparedness recommendations from FEMA, the American Red Cross, and real-world disaster scenarios. What I've discovered is that there's a massive gap between the basic emergency kit most people assemble and the supplies that actually make the difference between comfortable survival and genuine hardship. The first hidden stockpile item might surprise you. It is cash in small bills. While everyone focuses on food and water, cash becomes absolutely critical during emergencies. Yet, it is something most people completely overlook. The American Red Cross specifically mentions extra cash in small bills as essential during emergencies. But here is what they do not tell you. It needs to be hidden cash that others do not know you have. When the power goes out and credit card systems fail, cash becomes king. It is not just about having money, it is about having the right kind of money. Small bills prove crucial because during disasters, nobody can make change. If you have a $20 bill and need $5 worth of supplies, you are either paying $20 or you are not getting those supplies. I keep rolls of 1s, 5s, and 10s in multiple hidden locations throughout my property. The reason I keep this hidden is not just about theft, it is about the social pressure that comes when people know you have resources they need. Once word gets out that you are the person with cash during an emergency, you become everyone's first stop when they need something. That $20 you were saving for genuine necessities suddenly becomes the loan that helps your neighbor's cousin's friend who just happens to need gas money. The second item I keep completely secret is my medical supply cash. The word secret matters here. Now, everyone knows to have a basic first aid kit, but I am talking about something far more comprehensive. The official recommendations call for a 7-day supply of prescription medications and basic first aid supplies, but that barely scratches the surface of what you actually need during extended emergencies. My hidden medical supplies include specialized items like electrolyte packets, hydrocortisone cream, triple antibiotic ointment, antidiarrheal medication, antihistamines, and antacids. But the real game changers tackle problems most people never consider. Digital thermometers become invaluable when medical services get overwhelmed. Tweezers and scissors turn into precision tools for dealing with injuries that would normally require a doctor's visit. For people with specific medical needs, I keep backup supplies of items like EpiPens, inhalers, glucose tablets, extra glasses, and hearing aid batteries. I store these as backup for emergencies. These are not just convenience items, they are literally life-sustaining supplies for people who depend on them. The reason these stay hidden is simple. Medical supplies are among the first things people think to ask for during emergencies. Everyone assumes that if someone is prepared enough to have medical supplies, they will be willing to share them. But when you are dealing with a 2-week power outage or longer, those medical supplies need to last your household through the entire emergency. The third hidden category covers advanced lighting and power solutions. Sure, everyone has flashlights and maybe a battery-powered radio, but I am talking about equipment that actually maintains your quality of life during extended power outages. This includes solar equipment, power backup systems, hand crank radios designed to receive NOAA weather alerts, and multiple types of lighting solutions, including lanterns and specialized battery systems. The key lies in redundancy and capability beyond basic survival. While your neighbors stumble around with dying phone flashlights, you have reliable lighting that can last for weeks. While they're trying to get information from car radios that drain their car batteries, you have multiple ways to receive emergency broadcasts and weather updates. But here is the critical part. This equipment needs to stay hidden until you absolutely need it. The moment your neighbors see you have reliable power and lighting during a blackout, your house becomes the neighborhood gathering spot. Everyone suddenly needs to charge their phone, everyone needs to hear the latest weather update, everyone needs to warm up or cool down depending on the season. Fourth on my hidden list covers comprehensive water storage and purification beyond the basic recommendations. Official guidance calls for 1 gallon per person per day, with a 3-day evacuation supply and a 2-week home supply. But the smart approach is to have significantly more storage, plus multiple purification methods. I keep 5-gallon water containers, countertop filters, gravity-fed systems, portable water filters, and purification tablets, all stored separately from my obvious water supplies. Water is usually the first resource to disappear during disasters, and it is the resource people become most desperate for most quickly. The hidden aspect of this stockpile includes not just quantity, but capability. While everyone else rations bottled water, you have the ability to purify water from questionable sources. That ability is the difference between surviving and thriving. But that capability also makes you a target for requests and demands from unprepared neighbors, so plan concealment and distribution carefully. The fifth item category covers specialized food storage that goes way beyond the standard recommendations. Everyone knows to store canned meats, soups, beans, rice, oats, pasta, cooking oils, sugar, salt, and canned vegetables. But the hidden stockpile includes the items that make the difference between bland survival food and actually maintaining nutrition and morale. I'm talking about spices, seasonings, hard candy, dried fruits, and specialty items that do not just provide calories but actually make emergency food palatable. The psychological impact of being able to eat food that tastes good during a crisis cannot be overstated. It is the difference between feeling like you are surviving versus feeling like you are still living with dignity. But more importantly, I keep longer-term supplies that extend far beyond the standard 2-week recommendation. Some preparedness experts now recommend 90-day food supplies, which represents a completely different level of security and self-reliance. The sixth hidden category addresses warmth and climate control beyond basic blankets and sleeping bags. Official recommendations mention those basics, but the hidden stockpile includes weather stripping, window insulation kits, space heaters, thermal curtains, flannel blankets, heavy quilts, thermal underwear, thick sweaters, fleece pants, disposable hand warmers. Disposable hand warmers are particularly valuable. They are cheap, incredibly useful, and last several hours each. During winter power outages, these small items can prevent frostbite and hypothermia, but they are exactly the kind of thing neighbors will remember when they are cold and desperate. The climate control aspect extends to cooling as well. During summer power outages, having ways to create airflow and manage heat becomes crucial for health and safety. Once people know you have effective ways to stay comfortable while they are suffering, you become the obvious place for them to seek relief. The seventh hidden item encompasses comprehensive sanitation and hygiene supplies that go far beyond basic soap and toilet paper. I am talking about hand sanitizer, disinfectants, trash bags, sponges, paper goods, and household liquid bleach. These items become absolutely critical during extended emergencies when normal waste management and cleaning services may be disrupted. The hidden aspect includes having enough supplies to maintain proper sanitation for weeks or months, not just days. Poor sanitation during emergencies leads to disease outbreaks, which can be more dangerous than the original disaster. Having comprehensive sanitation supplies means maintaining health and preventing the secondary disasters that kill more people than the initial emergency. Eighth on my list covers advanced tools and hardware that extend far beyond the basic multi-purpose tool recommendation. It includes bolts, washers, pry bars, measuring tools, outdoor and garden tools, scissors, duct tape, plastic sheeting, and items for securing your home. These items never go bad, and they can solve countless problems during emergencies. The key insight is that during disasters, the ability to fix and secure things becomes invaluable. While everyone else waits for professional help that may not come for weeks, you can address problems as they arise. Broken windows, damaged doors, leaking roofs, and structural damage all require tools and hardware to address. But tools also make you a target for requests. Once people know you have the tools and hardware to fix problems, every neighbor with a disaster-related issue may be knocking on your door asking to borrow equipment that you might need for your own emergency repairs. The ninth hidden category covers communication and documentation supplies beyond basic cell phone chargers. This includes copies of all critical personal documents stored in fireproof bags, family and emergency contact information, and multiple ways to communicate and access information. The documentation aspect proves crucial because disasters often destroy important papers, and replacing documents can take months or years when government services get disrupted. Having copies of medication lists, medical information, proof of address, deeds, leases, passports, birth certificates, and insurance policies can be the difference between getting help and being stuck in bureaucratic limbo. But the hidden aspect also includes having communication methods that others do not know about. When cell towers go down, having alternative communication methods becomes critical for receiving information and for potentially calling for help. The 10th item might seem basic, but it is actually one of the most important. Extra clothing, hats, sturdy shoes, rain gear, and work gloves should be stored separately from your obvious clothing supplies. In disasters, clothing gets damaged, wet, or contaminated. Having backup clothing means you can maintain body temperature and protection while you work to address emergency situations. The hidden aspect is having enough extra clothing to maintain comfort and protection for extended periods without doing laundry. When water becomes scarce and power goes out, washing clothes becomes difficult or impossible. Sufficient backup clothing lets you maintain hygiene and protection without using precious water resources for washing. This is the 11th and final hidden stockpile category, covering items for security and protection that go beyond basic emergency supplies. It includes measures for securing your home, protecting your stockpiles, and maintaining safety during emergencies when normal law enforcement may be overwhelmed or unavailable. Disasters bring out both the best and the worst in people. Many neighbors will help each other, but some will take advantage of the chaos to take what they want. Having ways to secure your supplies and protect your household becomes critical during extended emergencies. The psychological side cannot be overlooked. Feeling secure in your preparations helps you make better decisions and lets you help others from a place of strength rather than desperation. When you know your family is protected and your supplies are secure, you can be genuinely helpful to others instead of being constantly worried about your own situation. Now, you might be wondering about the ethics of keeping emergency supplies hidden from neighbors who might need help. This is not about being selfish or uncaring. It is about understanding that you cannot help others if you have not first secured your own situation. The airline safety instruction to put on your own oxygen mask before helping others applies perfectly to emergency preparedness. When you have properly prepared and secured your household needs, you are in a position to help others from strength rather than desperation. You can choose how and when to assist others rather than being overwhelmed by requests that compromise your family's safety and security. The hidden stockpile strategy also protects you from the social pressure to share resources that you may need for genuine emergencies that extend longer than expected. What seems like a 3-day power outage can turn into a 3-week situation. The supplies you thought were excess for helping neighbors suddenly become critical for your own family's survival. The budgeting aspect of these hidden stockpiles deserves attention. Most of these items cost less than $20 each and can be found at local hardware stores, dollar stores, and thrift stores. Building these hidden stockpiles does not require a massive investment. It requires systematic preparation over time. The key lies in prioritizing the items that provide the most capability for survival and comfort, while remaining relatively inexpensive and easy to store secretly. Dollar stores and thrift stores offer excellent sources for many of these supplies at budget-friendly prices. Storage location strategy proves crucial for keeping these items hidden and accessible. The best hiding spots look normal, yet provide secure storage that others will not accidentally discover. This requires thinking beyond obvious places, like garages and basements, that neighbors might see during normal social interactions. The goal is to distribute supplies across multiple locations so that no single discovery compromises your entire hidden stockpile. It also provides redundancy if some storage locations become inaccessible during an emergency. Climate considerations for storage matter because hidden locations may not have ideal temperature and humidity control. Choosing storage methods and containers that protect supplies from moisture, temperature extremes, and pests is critical for maintaining the integrity of your hidden stockpiles. Regular rotation and maintenance of hidden supplies ensures that everything remains functional when you need it. This includes checking expiration dates, testing equipment, and replacing items that may have been damaged by storage conditions. The seasonal aspect of hidden stockpiles means adjusting what you keep readily accessible based on likely emergency scenarios. Winter preparations emphasize heating and cold weather supplies, while summer preparations focus on cooling and water storage. These 11 categories of hidden stockpile items represent the difference between basic emergency survival and maintaining real quality of life during extended disasters. They provide capabilities that go far beyond standard emergency kit recommendations while protecting your resources from social pressure and ensuring they are available when your family truly needs them. The investment in these hidden stockpiles pays dividends not just during major disasters, but during smaller emergencies that happen regularly. Power outages, water service interruptions, and supply chain disruptions become minor inconveniences rather than major hardships when you have comprehensive hidden resources to draw upon. Building and maintaining these hidden stockpiles takes time and systematic effort, but the peace of mind and genuine security they provide makes the investment worthwhile. When the next emergency strikes, you will be prepared not just to survive, but to maintain dignity and comfort while others struggle with the basics. Remember, the goal is not to become a hermit or to avoid helping others. The goal is to ensure that you are helping from a position of strength and choice rather than desperation and scarcity. These hidden stockpiles give you the security and flexibility to be truly helpful to your community when disasters strike.